Hey guys, Luna here, and welcome back to Eternal Card Game. This will probably be the last episode of Eternal Card Game, or the last video I do on Eternal Card Game for a while. Depending on when this video plays, this will probably be one of the last ones that I've recorded, and I honestly just got a burst just to want to play a whole bunch of this, just because, quite frankly, it's been quite interesting just being able to get back into it. But I saved one of my personal new favorite decks for last, just because it's been very fun. And I forgot to show you the trope of this deck. That's okay. I've done that a million times already. Now, there's one thing that I genuinely hope that doesn't get nerfed, just because it takes so long to actually properly set up, especially if all things go according to plan. And that has to go with relation with the wind heralds. How there's the eastern herald, northwind herald, etc., and they each do different things based off of that. Along with that, there's one spell that is key to this deck, or at least key to the main trick of this deck. It's Mirror Image. Now, there are two major win conditions to this deck and one minor. The first major one that this is built around is obviously the 4 heralds. The second major win condition for this deck is built around just flying creatures in general, just because if you're building a deck fully out of the heralds, that's already a majority of the creatures that you've built into this deck, so might as well just make it build for +1/+1 flying creatures and stuff like that. The interesting thing is, I did not actually put the Sion for this deck, with whatever the 8 cost one is, whenever you cast a spell, because there are better 8 costing cards that I felt fit better, which you'll hopefully see. One of the major ones is 7 costing, which is this actually goes into the secondary, or the minor win condition of if it happens to get to that point, which is, let me get rid of that guy. Not playing these, but the minor win condition, if things get to late enough game, are the 7 cost card and the 8 costing creature cards, which I'll show if I don't have any draw. Let's see here. I am not drawing mana. Might have to end up. Well, I'll just mirror image so I get some more aggressive cards. But yeah, this is a secondary minor thing of just adding in some crowd control and all that. But yeah, Devour is terrible for this deck. Well, not terrible, but it is crappy when it's, especially since spells this one herald is kind of a major thing. But yeah, let me just doing this and I can show you what I'm talking about. Unfortunate loss of that, but that's fine. Doesn't really matter. Yeah. So maybe I can show you this so I can explain it better. So the main trope of this is playing in relation to the heralds, which probably can't really see it all that well, but it's the Avatar of the Winds. It's a 10/10. Summon, deal 5 damage to each enemy unit with flying and the enemy player. When the Avatar of Winds hits the enemy player, play a spell from your void. So when it summons, if they don't have the Aegeus, however the heck you pronounce it, it deals 5 damage directly to the player, and you're able to play a spell from the void, which works really well with Mirror Image. If things go really well, theoretically you'll be able to play the Avatar of the Winds by turn, presumably probably by turn 6. Turn 2 for the Eastwind Herald, turn 3 to copy, probably turn 5, because turn 2 to play the Eastwind, turn 3 to copy one of the Eastwind, turn 4 to cast 2 random spells to cast the North Wind, turn 3 to play this, turn 3 to play the South Wind, turn 4 to play 2 spells to cast North Wind, and then turn 5 to cast the West Winds. So, if you're not able to cast 2 spells, then turn 6 would be the turn to play them both, which turn 6 to be able to get this win condition is extremely hard and not always viable, which is why the second win condition of this deck, which I'm actually going to see the cost of this high cost cards because I don't actually because there's plenty of interesting cards I've wanted to add to this deck that it just didn't. Obviously, like originally I did have Quicksilver Mirror, but I removed it just because it wasn't completely viable to have. Like when I saw this card, I was like, oh, that's tempting. I did have Rim Scale, but yeah, I didn't want to play Queen of the Wild just because it wasn't right. Like, even though I do have a lot of spells, it isn't the most worthwhile to play. But yeah, the two kind of like minor things just to just some of the cards I just added into the supplement this deck. Helio is just great to be able to add in for the extra being able to draw a few extra cards to help get out cards a bit faster. The Captain allows just a stronger version of Wind Shaper, just because it's a 5/5 instead of a 2/4, and it applies to all units rather than just flyers alone, except for itself, of course. Adaptive Predator, which is just anytime it hits a player, gets a battle skill, so it's pretty good in that sense. Yeah, I only added 2 just because it's like I don't think I need all 4. And I did have Thunderstrike Dragon as well, but again, condensing down to as little cards as possible, that definitely makes it more consistent at the very least. And then obviously the main kind of like card draw of this deck is definitely the Mind Restored, which when it goes to the graveyard, it goes into the deck and you draw 7 more cards, which pretty useful. And because originally this was just a pure flying deck that's kind of just designed to go about flying. And the reason why I added in the Clay and Stranded is because I wanted a way to be able to get mana if I needed it, while also having a way to be able to do a bit of crowd control when I needed to as well. Since, obviously with Flying Deck, there's some crowd control that it can be rather limited. So, But with that, let's just get right into actually trying to see how far we're actually able to go. So we got good signs so far. We got 3 of the heralds. Yeah, I really don't hope that this doesn't get nerfed just because it's already so hard to get this out. Because you need to play all 4, have them survive to the end of your turn, which is already hard enough as is. Turn 6 viably every time. Because you could be dead. Because someone could be dead by turn 6. Is another fair point. I'm not gonna block that. Thank you very much. Of course, always getting a little bit of connection issues, which sucks. Thankfully, I can play my heralds. I'm gonna use my hatch moves as a defender. Just because I do as much damage as I can. Because I obviously playing the Hail costs me, and I can't. I need to get at least one of them out. I'm gonna block that way. Do that. Attack with everybody. Two cards. Just to get it out and be as a blocker. Yeah, I'll do that as a blocker. This one. Jeez. Oh no. Oh wait, thank goodness for that. I'm just gonna attack with everybody and pray to the RNG gods. Jesus Christ. Purposely block this. It's overwhelmed. Here's the Herald. I'm gonna attack with everybody just because it doesn't really matter. Our one. Just have a little bit of extra protection. I'm gonna guess they're gonna say any spell that you play gets void bound. That's probably gonna be how it's gonna happen. Suck. Because if they get void bound, then I can't just do this. Or the spells that you play specifically have to become into death or something. Or you can only have like one out on the field or something. It would suck if that would be the case, but honestly I wouldn't be surprised. so I can keep drawing cards and reduce how many cards are in my deck. I just love the little wing style of that. Hey, Nightfall, that benefits me too. Sure you dealt me some damage, but that's okay. I got so much mana, and I just need to actually draw my cards. I could have attacked. Doesn't matter. I'm not gonna attack so I can use my hatchling as a defender rather than my herald. Oh great, I'm gonna have to block it. I mean, it's not even. The creature's just gonna attack and die. Is the thing. So what's the point of attacking? Can't do anything about it. This way, I can actually get a little bit of damage off. I think I will copy the just so I can get this guy out. Bit of a waste of both spells, but at least getting both things out guarantees that I have saved myself a little bit of damage. Copy that guy. Block the big one with the big one. That sucks. Have more drop them. I mean, not surprised I use them in my other deck. I'm like, ugh, seriously. I'm dead here, probably. Too much mana. Yeah, that's 12 damage exactly. Well, this one was shorter, but I think that's okay. I hope you guys enjoyed the concept of this, and I'm honestly going to call this one here. So I hope you guys have a good day, night, week, month of your lives, and may the stars forever guide your path, forever might lead you into the future. Bye-bye, everybody.